Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. Today we're gonna dive into the blessings coming your way, and I have some of these channeled messages and the shapes. Some of them didn't really mean anything to me while I was writing them down, but I feel like some of you might be actually relating with those. We're gonna start by pulling some symbols here, some keywords, and then we're gonna dive into the coffee cup with the channel messages as well. I have here come together. Time is now. Time is a flat circle. I just sketched here. Like I got the vision. It shows the 3 o'clock. We have your clock here. There is like a strange thing. This kind of looks like a sickle, a letter C, or a crescent moon. Skill cut the cords. Sickle cut the cords that are no longer viable, so they're not really supplying blood to you anymore. These are basically like relationships. They do not supply blood, they are poisoned. Can be relationships, can be thoughts, can be things that you keep, the memories that you keep repeating but not serving you anymore. Time to move to Venus. Then this come together now aligns 100% with it, because Venus is the planet of, as you know, relationships. We interpret it as usually like a romance, but it actually applies to all kinds of relationships. And I feel for you reading this time, basically there are some relationships that needs healing, but some that needs letting go. And these readings are intended for someone rising in Venus. So that's why I feel like some of your Venus signs might be Scorpio, that is actually like calling you here, okay? Coming together with whom you are, who loves you, whom appreciates you, and in the environments that you appreciated is going to be the key here. And time to move to Venus, where there is exchange. I think this is the planet Venus. I try to scribble there. So this kind of reminds me of the flow of things coming and going, masculine, feminine, and the masculine energies. Like there's an exchange happening there. So this is basically calling you to focus on the relationships. There are exchanges happening for you. Okay, we have follow the leader. Leader can be you, by the way. Maybe that's what you are setting off to as well. This time is a flat circle. I want to touch on that. The first time I heard this phrase was in TV series called True Detective, the first season of that. And what happens there is, this is actually describing that when time is a two-dimensional thing, okay? We're living in a three-dimensional world, so we don't really have time. We have gravity. We don't have time. The aging is caused by the gravity. If gravity wasn't as strong on us as it is right now, we would have been aging maybe even like it would take longer, okay, for us to age, our bodies to get old. But time is a different thing here. This is describing that when you put something in a timeline, you actually limit it, maybe even prolong it to come to you. Okay, so you can time jump. You don't have to, like, you can just actually do like this, the energy of the wormhole and jump the timeline. Following the leader can be, oh wow, okay, the clock on the tree. What time is it showing? It's actually 10 to 3. This shows here 3. We have number 40 here. So maybe you are almost there to understand this time is a flat circle. There's nothing chasing you. There's nothing, you haven't been late for anything, and you have plenty of space to create the things you desire. Another thing here, exchange is important if this is a relationship. And if you're feeling like, oh, I'm too old, it's too late for a restart, I don't feel like that's the case here, okay? Where what you put out is what you get back, where there's exchange, a relationship. That's why I feel like this actually came through. And we have you, an arrow, sacrificed enough of yourself. Your energy is sacred. And this kind of came to me. This shape, we have it, the emperor is actually holding that holy grail, okay? Holy grail is the valuable, that golden grail. It's the Mother Mary. It's the fertility. creative energy. So any of you have a creative idea or creative desire or a desire that requires creativity, you are the one holding that holy grail at this time. So coming together, following the leader, a community might be required, or community which will be forming when you start stepping into that full consciousness, that taking the responsibility that you're the holy grail. But the thing is, you are the starting point of this thing. Okay, this kind of looks like a dot as well, like the start. You are here, you are the holy grail, your energy is sacred. That's the message. Finally, we have here strength. You have it already, and she's holding that. Holy grail is basically, I cannot make this up, this shape. You see the tree on top of it, we have the world is in your hand, and the trees that you're planting under this holy grail is going to thrive, bring strength to you, and grow. What else we have here? Time to pull all your power back. Call all your power back from the timelines and people. There's a candle also came forth. Light up a candle, white or pink. Call your power back and allow it back into your energy space. And it said amen, amen, whichever one actually suits you the most. And it seems like you can use that as a practice to call your power back to you, okay? What else we have? A bone collector. I know she kind of sounds, bone collector sounds a little weird, but the thing is, she is is this it? What is this? This is 2 o'clock, 2 to 10. I mean, 10 to 2. We have 10 to 3, and then the clock actually shows the hits the timeline, which is exactly 3. So bone collector symbolizes an ancestor, guys, okay? The ancestor can be someone close to you, maybe a grandfather, grandmother, someone who you connect with, can be also an ancestor of the humanity. Okay, we are all connected. We're all coming from the same DNA. Not all of us, but I feel like as the human, we started with the Neanderthals. I think that's what it is. I don't want to mess that up. If that's not correct, please comment down below. I read all your comments. But the thing is, there's an ancestor. She is scared, she's in the sacred ground. She created herself, her pentacle here. She's sitting in there, and she's controlling the time. So time is a flat circle as a here again, and this is like there's a heart-shaped locket. Some things are unlocking for you, and this is something that you can also ask from like your ancestors to help you unlock this thing faster. Let's see what's happening inside your cup. I see very light energy, guys, but the thing is, I'm going to tell you, I think I saw kind of like a skull. Did I see the skull? I saw the skull. I'm not making things up. There's one right there. This is an deer or the elk, and there's another one here. Is this I think this is the skeleton of a turtle, which turtle is also a slow down animal, which really, they beat time, guys. If you know that, turtles can live, tortoises especially can live for a very long time. And I kind of see here the bone. I don't know if you can see the skeleton of the elk, right there, which is a symbol of, again, showing up that ancestral healing happening for some of you. So if you have been, the ancestor doesn't have to go way back. This can be the ancestors going right now, maybe to your father and mother, that they might have made mistakes in the past, and maybe you have been paying for them so far. Seems like there's going to be healing happening on those areas here, okay? Another thing I see here, there's a woman, I can see her hair is flowing in the wind. She kind of looks a little comical. Either way, though, she has a very white blonde vibe. Can be someone who has this kind of like a white hair, but it's not about skin color or what. It is about, like, you can look at her. She has white hair too, but she's I mean, she's not Caucasian per se. The thing is, it's not about that. It is about, that's why it's looking like a comical. There's an upset woman, a sad woman. Their energy have been affecting you for so long. This can be, like I said, someone who suffered in your life. Maybe you heard about them or you experienced their suffering. It seems like the wind is taking away their suffering. And I feel like this is going to open two pathways in front of you. I'm going to give you even the simplest example. This can be something about material thing. Okay, maybe your grandmother didn't have the means to actually get out of a situation that was harmful for her. And I feel like this is actually a good sign. This is telling you that this is an opportunity that you're healing her energy. You're healing with your light, you're healing what happened to her, which can bring opportunities to you for your work, for your money, for your stable lifestyle. Okay, I see phone lines forming here. Phone lines can be connecting, maybe resolving things. Number 8 is on the bottom, which symbolizes material satisfaction for some of you. Another thing I see, there's a couple hugging. Okay, the man has a tail like the fish man here, merman, and the feminine female character has a crown on top of her head. So this is like a creative power is going to be much more dominant because we interpret the female energy, feminine energy as creative, masculine energy as the action taker. So it can be a couple, yeah, why not? A couple coming together. I feel like a lot of water energy, which you are a water sign. And the male side, the masculine side, and the feminine side, they both are swimming in the water. This can mean also they both have emotional stability, like they mastered the emotions. They do not fall victim to them. They do not get manipulated by them. Because I was listening the other day, somebody talks about like purchasing decisions, okay, how you can sell something to someone. And they say most of the time, it's not a logical decision that we make. It is completely emotional decision. Okay. For example, the other day, my daughter wanted some books for her studies, for math books. Okay. And I asked her, like, what do you want? I purchased it. Yes, I paid for it. I didn't have any emotional connection to it. But then she told me that one of the girls in her class got 100 because she was studying that book. And my daughter now, she thinks that, okay, I'm going to study that, then I'm going to get 100, which is an emotional connection to the item. That's what I feel like here. There's an emotional connection here, but this is not that kind of like a blind emotional connection. Okay. That's a blind emotional connection because she thinks that it's going to happen, but she didn't even look at the book. She doesn't even know what it is inside of it, if it's going to be useful to her mind to understand things clearly, which that's how actually we do things. Most of the time we purchase things. We don't think if this is going to relate to me. That's what the strength is. That's number 44 is here. Number 4 is a structure, stability, foundation. So this relationship, if this is a relationship or partnership, or maybe a new beginning, a new job opportunity for you, connection you're forming here, which is going to have structure. It's going to have emotional connection, strength, and power. Yeah, but it's not going to have impulsive decisions, okay, which is very important. And I see after that there's a bouquet of flower rising. On top of the bouquet, we have here the head of a horse. Horse head is a beautiful omen. It symbolizes wish fulfillment. Right following that, we have here kind of looks like a rooster's tail. Rooster is a good sign because it can mean you are waking up to a new timeline, a new day, and becoming aware of your beauty as well. If you look at like those tails of the roosters, if it's being taken care of well, it's like glowing in the sunshine. And I feel like it has also a tiny bit of arrogance, but I feel like with that beauty, with that power, roosters are really powerful creatures. They deserve it. And it's also a male figure, let's say, a masculine figure. So it means that not only you're going to have this aura glowing, attracting a lot of things to you, but you're also going to be walking towards those things as well, okay? A lot of action. But the thing is, time is a flat circle. You recognizing that, if you have any fears, if you have any concerns, regrets about, oh, the time has passed, it's not my time now, it's over, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too inexperienced, I'm too much experience, whatever tutus that you're telling yourself, that needs to go out of the window and that needs to leave your space. That's not feeding your tree of life, that's killing your tree of life. Okay, so when you let go of the comparison, the time related, any type of argument you have in your mind, you're gonna start to glow. Okay, and I see here, oh wow, did you see that? There's a connection line forming when you do that to like this bright new day. Okay, I'm gonna dive into your saucer now. I'm also seeing a pathway here opening up to like again, this kind of looks like the hook that I drew here. I couldn't, it didn't really make any sense to me. I said maybe this is a sickle cutting the cord, like you're cutting something here. But now I'm seeing here too as well, kind of like a similar shape. This can be a sickle, yeah, for sure. Another thing here is it can be also like a hook, like catching something, finally matching up the right hook. What's that? Like the fish hook to catch the right fish to you, opportunity for yourself. Let's dive into the saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. I see a camel here. The head of the camel kind of looks weird. I feel like maybe this is the thing. Your desire coming fast. It seems like, you guys, the things that get stuck somewhere. Again, it's called forming a sickle. Kind of like, I forgot the name of it. What's that? The angel of Azrael holding. It has a different name. Anyways, if you know, comment down below. And it is getting stuck somewhere. So it's basically your energy, Scorpio. That's why I don't feel a little any afraid of that. It's the death card, the death rider coming up with he comes with a flag. But the thing is, the angel of death, Azrael, actually carries this thing, which helps us, our maybe really disconnect us from the past. Okay, it's not about something negative. This is not about something really death. It's about actually upgrade. Okay, and I'm talking this about like upgrading your life at this time, because what happens when you become someone new, when you choose to make a different choice, you leave your past self behind. You cannot be that person anymore. And if you have been, for example, if you haven't taken a lot from others, one day when you decide, I'm not taking this thing anymore, I'm going to say no to that. I don't have to do anything for you. If somebody's like asking for favors all the time without giving anything back, maybe even treating you not badly, when you decide that, when you make that decision, and when you act with that decision and you get solid results, you cannot go back. Really, you cannot really go back and accept those kind of bad behavior again, because your body cannot really even accept it. So I see like that's what's happening here, if any of you're accepting anything like that. Another thing I see here, there's a woman holding this massive stone in her hand, and there's another one right here. But I feel like there's a ritual. There's also a masculine figure, a male, watching this show as well. I'm going to say a show, because what I'm seeing here is, this kind of reminds me of like a woman or like someone needing cleansing. Another one is actually holding a book, a holy book. It can be a holy book. It can be religious book. It can be even like a book from Nietzsche that actually tells you that like life is has a meaning when we put the meaning in it. Whatever he says, like I didn't memorize his work. The thing is though, it can be a philosophy book, let's say it that way, and which I go with Socrates and Plato's and Descartes, their work. So this can be something happening, blessing you basically with the information, cleansing what you're actually carrying for so long. There's like a ceremony happening here. A woman with long hair can be a shaman, can also be like someone that you trust. The long hair can indicate their wisdom. Another thing just popped in my head. This can be a doctor, because they read all their books, medical books as well, if there's anything that is necessary. It doesn't always have to be spiritual. It can be physical healing too. And your energy field is going to get stronger. I see two swans kissing here when you complete that ceremony. This can also be about love, guys. If you're attracting any love into your life, this might require you to transform the beliefs that do not belong to that new future, okay? And I see come together. This is about love. Number 8 is material satisfaction. We have a stork up in the air here. Stork can symbolize two things. It can be justice wants to show up for you. It can be symbolizing self-sacrifice, also like having an equal exchange. Another thing is migration, migrating towards the waters, to the airs that are really feeding you, rather than staying somewhere that is actually wintered now, okay? Which that's what that come together requires. Justice is coming here. This is karma, completion, truth, balance, integrity, fairness. If there is something that you're dealing with legally, maybe that is also going to be completing here, coming to like a final. You might be getting some final decisions that is going to benefit you. It can be a bone collector, your ancestors finally closing the karma gap so you can actually live your life to the fullest and express yourself, who you are, freely. We have Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, it says protection, frugality, and holding on. I feel like holding on is the part that is most important. I told you there's someone with a crown, the women with a crown. What happens here is, I explain this as, he's holding so tightly to one pentacle, but then he's stepping in two pentacles here, which stepping on something actually represents disrespect. One is out in the open for everybody to see on display. But for what? Do they need to see how valuable you are? Are you showing it to the right people, demanding it from the right people? And you're hiding one here. Maybe this is the one who's going to purchase you something that you truly desire. So there's an imbalance here in this card. It comes after the balance. So I feel like here that when the justice comes, this can really throw you off, because this might be something you haven't been expecting to happen to you, okay? That's why it can throw you off, and maybe you're not going to know what to do with what. The thing is, though, let's dial it back here. Protection is, if you're not protecting what you're supposed to, maybe you should pay attention to those more: people, relationships, financials, money, maybe material things, maybe spiritual things. You need to focus more on the protecting those things. We have the frugality, holding on too tightly something that is not really serving you anymore. Maybe requires more of an attention and letting go. And this is one pentacle, guys. This is not two. This is like partnership maybe that you are not protecting, but you're protecting someone else specifically that wants to leave, okay? And then holding on. Again, we can tell this to holding on, or maybe just carrying on top of your head something that really wants to leave, or exposed, or not committed. Maybe you're holding on to that too. This will require, all these are going to require reconsideration here, okay? Following the leader, we have the justice here. Not exactly she's her, but she's represented by the Greek god Themis. Themis's eyes are closed, covered. So she says like, I deal justice to everyone, but I do not differentiate. And this is the Queen of Justice. She doesn't differentiate either. You see her scales are aligned. She's holding the sword. Sword is the truth. So she is expressing the truth. So there might be a leader. That's why they follow the leader coming forward here that will deliver justice with open eyes, not blindly. So maybe you should find that leader. You should start researching that, okay? It can bring it faster, or maybe it can guide you towards the direction. Three of Pentacles is starting to work with others and working with others well. Three Pentacles, we see here a group work, collaboration, and when you come together with these people, if this is spiritual, maybe spiritually, you're going to come to understand certain things. Or maybe if this is because we have the flower of the water signs here, this will require you're the water sign, your inspiration, your love, your passion, but maybe you need others with the skills to build your passion here too, okay? We have here resilience, staying the course. Yeah. This can be, if any of you starting a new project, the blessing can be the inspiration of the project. you pursuing it, being single-minded, and also protecting it. And wherever it's not protecting, paying more attention to it, bringing together the right people, and also keeping the course and protecting that idea, okay? Because it's not coming to you for no reason. There's something that's going to come out of it, and we're going to see what it is right in this moment. When it comes to justice, what do we have? The star. This is your wish fulfillment, guys. That's why it is coming very smoothly and in a very flowy way. Queen of Swords is like, I feel like here, when it comes to Four of Pentacles, you deep down already know what's logical to do here. The logical choice in a most logical and nurturing way. You're going to make that, you're going to speak that, and you're going to maybe even sign that if that is a contract required. With Three of Pentacles, we have the Empress, Libra energy. Justice is Libra energy. They both carry the scale. Basically, Empress is about being balanced while you are allocating the work to others. And you might be, I told you, there might be the creative mind here, but it might not be enough, because Empress eventually wants the Emperor to come forward and take the crops and feed the people, okay? And the resilience with, we have the Tower here, staying in the course. Tower is a structure that is not really working for anyone anymore, not really specifically to you. There is something that is crumbling down. You're aware of it. You have your area lined up, protected. Your boundaries are actually like, your walls are built correctly, but now you need to stand behind the wall and maybe have a little peek hole to see what's happening outside of the tower as well. Tower also Scorpio, your energy, so you might be the one striking that lightning to demolish this tower. So you can rebuild it again. Or maybe if this is something hurting humans, people, you, right now, you might be actually allowing it to crumble because you're safe and protected here. Let's see the oracle now. We have the sheep and the blackberry. Devotion. I feel like here, yes, no matter how the things go, devotion is going to be important. That's number 5. Actually indicates freedom and adventure and a change coming, which I see the change is coming here, a sudden change. It is about being devoted to no matter what life shows to you. Deer and the Oath, healing. This healing card comes for everyone. We have the deer, the antlers here. It was right there too. I think it's a different type of antlers. I don't know the difference between these animals. However, the healing comes for everyone, and it's the time for healing for, I feel, everyone, okay? Because we're going through, which I did the next 2 years, Neptune and Saturn conjunction readings. If you haven't watched those, go ahead and watch yours. That's a big healing for the earth, and this massive event happening right now all around the world, and maybe you're feeling the effects, maybe don't, you're just reading about it. It is going to heal the earth eventually, okay? I feel like that's what is happening here. Another one we have the antelope and the wheat. In the meantime, I think this is antelopes. No, antelope is a different animal. I'm sorry. The antelope and the wheat here, nourishment. We have the wheat here. Did I draw the wheat here? No. Okay. I think I saw some wheat somewhere, but even if I didn't, oh yeah, right there. It's about like planting the seeds, collecting the crops, and saving some for yourself, and then maybe give it to the others, give it to the people and to the land, okay? Can be also maybe you're self-sacrificing as a Scorpio fathers, Scorpio mothers. I have a couple of them. I know them. They're really strict in some areas, but when it comes to really nurturing the ones that they're responsible of, they just give everything they have, and I feel like that can actually leave you really drained. That's why you need healing, you need nourishment, and make sure you're doing those things. We have also the weasel and the pine, introspection and analyzing. I feel like Scorpio, you always analyze things, by the way. Your mind never stops. But this thing is, whatever is at hand right now, that might require a special introspection and analysis for you to understand, or maybe find a solution, find a way to improve it, upgrade it. Why not? This is going to be a little spell. We have chill out spell. I was wondering if I got 2, but I got 1 here. Chill out spell here. So some of you might be with the Tower energy, get really like hyped, excited at the same time, maybe like a little anxiety. This can be for that. We have number 11 here. 111 is a manifestation and alignment number, so it's a good one here for you. I appreciate the abundance enveloping me, and I draw in even more with every breath, inviting others to honor and respect the energy I cultivate. So you can do that, and to really like calm yourself. And also I want to look at the formula, because there are formulas for these spells. It says 1 lemon, 1 pinch of salt, coarse salt, 1 small black candle. And it says if there's a person that is actually causing you anxiety, write the person's name down on a small piece of parchment and roll it up into a tight mini scroll. Repeat the words person's name. I need you to back off and chill out as you perform all the steps. And so place the salt in the lemon hollows, and then add the parchment to one half, placing the other half on top of the closed lemon so the scroll sits in the center. And so light the candle and holding the lemon in one hand, carefully let the wax seal the cut lemon. Still repeating the intent, place the lemon in the freezer while repeating the person's name and state, not chill out, and it is so. This can be applicable to even maybe other things that is bothering you too. It doesn't have to be specifically a person, okay? And by the way, Scorpio, if you're new here, I know it's too late to mention that I am Divine Light, and I'm so grateful that you're with me today. And I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope you enjoy your reading. So if you do, comment down below and let me know. And I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.